This was very good. I enjoyed this one a lot. As I was saying throughout the playthrough, this is easily, in my opinion, the most horror-filled one. Whereas the others, yeah, you're spooky, but this one is like horror, right? What I think of as horror. A lot of murdering, a lot of killing, a lot of running away from the bad guy. Whereas the other ones are kind of more just kind of suspenseful, right? You know, more sci-fi, if you will, sci-fi thriller, as opposed to this is straight up horror. This was very good. I thought the voice acting and the CGI and everything I thought was really good. The choices were great. There were multiple times where we had to decide between who we were going to kill over the other. One time we were able to get both of them free because of our choice. Unfortunately, we did lose the one through the playthrough. But this was great. Like the atmosphere was fantastic. The sound design was fantastic. The area that we were in, we're like, you're in this old school hotel, but the way they have the halls set up and every door is always locked, and it's changing because of the way this guy has this hotel set up. Like you get the feeling of being trapped in a corridor, very, very Shining like, right? You have this giant mansion that you're taking care of, but you feel like you're trapped in a very small part of this mansion. A lot of really cool puzzles to try and figure out, and the unique abilities that all these guys had. You could break things open with the director. You could listen to where things were with Aaron, the sound designer. You had Jamie, the electrical engineer. She was able to like hot wire stuff and whatnot. Like it was very cool. And like you have this DP that like you're there to shoot a documentary, but you're so concerned on getting away that you forget to shoot this documentary, right? Like it makes you want to play again because you want to then shoot this stuff that proves that your story is true. And then later on in the game, you have an opportunity you can actually lose the camera. Of course, because I suck at video games, I did. But this was freaking great. Like I've always kind of said that like Man of Medan is my favorite Dark Pictures anthology, but I think now that I've finished this one, and I know you have newness or whatever because we just played it. But I honestly, I think this is probably my favorite one. Word on the street is House of Ash is actually the best one. I don't really like to say like I have a favorite because they're all different and unique in their own ways. One takes place on a World War II ship underwater. One takes place in old school like puritanical America. House of Ash takes place on this like alien mothership area, and then this one takes place on this very shining like mansion, and they all have their specialties, but the one that I will probably remember fairly well is this one, just because it was absolutely terrifying to me most of this game, and I did my best to try and like hold it in, but there were certain times when I just burst out. But for the most part, like as I'm walking down these corridors, because the light you have is almost non-existent. You have Kate has it's like a powder mirror thing, that glass. Even the best, one's got a lighter. The director's got a lighter. Even even Jamie, the electrical engineer, who has a flashlight, it's a very directional flashlight, so you don't like get much with it. And so I spent most of this game absolutely terrified as what was going on. Even if I'm just walking through these hallways, and it was very cool before you get to the part where you find out that like the walls are actually moving. You go down these pathways and then you turn around to go back and it's completely different. Like, you remember no, I turned left to turn here, so I want to turn right to go back, but I can't turn right anymore because there's a wall blocking me now. You know, we were able to. There was so much foreshadowing in this one. You know, you could hear all these things happening in these different rooms, but you couldn't get into these rooms until the game wanted you to get into these rooms. It was very good. I enjoyed this one a lot, and if you're a fan of the Dark Pictures Anthology, I think this is definitely one that you should play if you haven't done so yet. I don't know what else to say other than I really enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, every aspect of it, you know, the island, the mansion that you're in, you have these like creepy animatronics, you know, that are telling a version of the story that's not quite the right version, but you don't know because you're kind of caught up in this and you're only seeing things when the game wants you to see things. And it was brilliant. I liked it a lot. I give it two huge thumbs up. I highly recommend this game. I recommend all the Dark Pictures Anthology games. You know, I think they've all been really good. And I look forward to the to season 2, I guess is what they're calling it. This is episode 4 of season 1. There's the 4. And then next year, 2025 is when Directive 8020 comes out. That's the episode 1, movie 1, game 1 of season 2. So these are all great games. I don't expect anything less from Bandai Namco. They're a great company in my opinion. I know, obviously, like every company, they've had some kind of flops, but you know, they're the Dark Souls team. From Software is the team, but the publisher is Bandai Namco, and they do these. So you know, I've come to be able to trust Supermassive Games because of these games, just like I trust pretty much everything From Software does. Because of their track record. So again, highly recommend the Dark Pictures Anthology. It doesn't really matter what order you play them in. They're all self-contained games. Now they do have, you know, like at the very end we were able to find that one premonition, which was actually, it wasn't about this game at all. It was about the next game. So you have that where it's like kind of ties the pieces in, but it's not, you know, it's not they're not direct sequels of each other or anything like that. So don't worry about what order you play them in if you can get one on sale and not the other. But super great games. And you know, if you are into the horror genre or the quick time experience, quick time engine, I can't remember exactly what E stands for. Like the little QuickTime games where you know, like The Walking Dead and stuff like that, where you have to make you know, vital choices. But there's also like those little moments where you have to hit certain buttons, or you have to do this, or you have to do that to survive. And this was right up there with the best of them, the rest of them. Very good game, and I can't recommend these games enough. So great job, another great job by Supermassive Games.